If you don't have Actionetics, we're gonna go step by step on how can you still send an email using your regular SMTP. Remember that in a previous video we set up with SendGrid? Well, let's take a look at over here. So let's go back to our edit page. And there are two ways that you can send emails within ClickFunnels. One, you can come over here to settings, integrations, and over here you can select your integration, like in this case, for example, HTML form, and integrate over here, right? And you can paste over here, do a few things. I don't like to use this one because over here is where you control your emails. You don't have any type of list. So if you were to look at the previous video, let me explain you why I like to have a list of emails. One thing is that the person writes their email over there, but you send them the email at that moment. The only place that you collect their information is when you come here to contacts, but of course you don't know what type of actions they have done in the page. When you come over here to automation, and here is one of the things that we did with Actionetics, if you don't have it, you can still do some type of automation. And automation means that, hey, you can decide what happens when the user does something. Like in the case of an opt-in, the only thing that the user can do is to give you the email address. But if they were to be, for example, in an order page, they have several actions. Basically, they can just view the page and do nothing. They can view the page and purchase, or basically they could be either or, right? So depending on which person you are trying to target, you can have that availability here in automation. If you go directly to the page and try to set up that, it will send an email to everyone, and it will be a little bit hard to control that information. Also, if you want to later on change your email or make any modifications or know where you're sending emails, you're gonna have to go to each page, each settings, and then go over there and see if you're sending emails or not. Will be easier to go to at least each page only on the automation tab, because here it will tell you everything. So with that said, we're gonna take a look and we're gonna click here on add new email. And you may be wondering what means add new action. So if you're wondering about that, watch the previous video with Actionetics. That's the place that you can create an action. But over here we're gonna add a new email. And here is very simple form. Basically you put over here the from name. So let's say it's sending from myself. The subject, it will be something like congratulations, here is your ebook, right? And then over here we will use the SendGrid, right? Because the previous one is for my Actionetics, but if you don't have Actionetics, we're gonna be sending with SendGrid. And over here we can say, hey, I want to send this email after, for example, 1 day or 2 days or 3 days, right? In this case, I want to send the email right now, so I just keep it blank. The condition, as I mentioned before, you can send an email only to the people who purchase your product, or only to the people who view the page but didn't purchase it, right? In this case, because the condition is only either they give you the email or not, it will be everyone. And below, you will have different type of templates. Now, I know that in some plans, because I didn't have over here the $97 plan, I believe the $97 plan don't have these templates. So you're gonna have to write your own email. So in this case, I'm gonna just select the template so you can take a look at how it looks like. And then create email. That's basically everything. And now here's how you edit your email. You click on open editor, and over here is very similar to the same page editor. It's just a little bit more simple. So you can still have, you can make this one left or right or highlighted. You can also have options like settings over here if you want to change the margin top, etc. Let's say you want to have a button or something where it goes to a Dropbox, right? And in the Dropbox you have the PDF with the ebook. So you can just click over here to the button, click here to the button URL link, basically remove that hashtag, and basically put the link of your Dropbox or whatever place that you are hosting your PDF file. And then click done, save it, and we can preview that email. So it will look something like that, right? You can have your own email, your own format. When we click here, it will send us to the Dropbox where I have my PDF, and the ebook that you will be sending to them. That's basically everything. We close over here, and here we can have, hey, we're sending an email to everyone who basically opt in our page. That's basically everything. You can also edit over here some of the details about the email. For example, hey, I want it to be sent over here. Now, remember you said over here, hey, to whom you want to send. You can also create a delay on your email. Let's say, for example, I wanted to send after 3 hours since they sign up, or I want to send after 3 days after they sign up. So let's say, for example, I can create here also an email sequence, right? I can send another email, and let's say I want to send them an email a day after, right? So I'm gonna send them another email, right, of saying, hey, I hope you are enjoying your ebook, right? And then, I don't know, in the email you can you can place some hooks over there, some story, and then some call to action. I don't know, something like, hey, I saw that you got the book or anything. I hope you're enjoying it. I definitely recommend you to read chapter 8, which talks about this, do, and that. And that's a perfect scenario if you wanted to achieve this thing. And if you want to even reach to the next level, you can buy our product, you can get this offer, you can do something over here, click here, right? So you send that from SendGrid to condition you want to send to everyone, and that's when you click here on email delay, and you say, hey, I want it to delay for 1 day, which basically means that, hey, this is gonna be sent 1 day after the person already came over here, right? And so on. You can create another email 2 days after, 3 days after, right? And that's where basically you can manage your email communication to these specific contacts. Now, it will work great as you're getting started, because you're just getting started. You need to start learning the process and trying to figure out what's the best automation, what's the best process for your business. Now, this model is one of the worst models in terms of when you're growing, managing email campaigns. So definitely you want to have something that is additional to what you can see over here, like for example Actionetics or another system where you can manage your email campaigns. You will have different email lists, because over here the only place that you can manage is if you go directly into the page. If I'm in another page, I lose all that management, right? Imagine having different funnels with different pages. Now it's gonna be hard to manage all of that. Will be easier if you just have like an email place, an email campaign to manage all of those things. Now I'm not gonna go in deep into email campaigns. We're gonna have that in our other section where we're gonna be talking more advanced features, and I'm gonna introduce a few additional systems that I basically survey a lot of people in the ClickFunnels community, got a bunch of answers with people using different systems. So according to that, basically I'm going to tell you, hey, this is the top system that a lot of people are using, this is the second one, third one, this is how it works. So I will have a detailed explanation on each of those ones, but for now, this is as simple as it gets to try to send an email to a customer. So we'll see you in the next video.